So yesterday I made a video on the child character banner that will be coming out in a couple of days, and thank you guys so much for the support on that video because it did really well. And today we're going to do what I normally do for every banner. We're going to talk about the weapon banner as well, because the weapon banner is something that I know a couple of people at least are interested in, and this one looks like it might be interesting this time round, so I'm going to talk about it today in this video. So if you do enjoy this little discussion, and if it helps you, or you want to support me, you can always feel free to sub. Only 5% of people watch reviews are subscribed, and if you're new to the channel, or you're a returning viewer, we do daily Genshin guides, discussions, news, gameplay, anything in between, and I'm trying to make YouTube or content creation in general a full-time thing, so I need your guys' help to make it possible. So let's get into it. So the child weapon banner is an interesting one. They're really trying to make people want to roll on it. There's only be one new weapon this time, and that will be a 4-star weapon called the Alley Hunter, which we'll get into in a second. But the main 5-star weapons are the Skyward Harp and the Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds. And the 4-star weapons are, you got the Alley Hunter, Favonius Sword, Favonius Lance, Favonius Codex, and the Sacrificial Greatsword. And well, they're all great weapons in their own right, so we're going to talk about them. So the main weapons we'll talk about first is like the 5 stars. So we'll talk about Skyward Harp, brilliant 5-star weapon for child. Now, every time they make a banner, of course, they're going to put a weapon that's going to be really good with the race up character. You know, we saw Staff of Homer. We have this. We had the Allergy of the End, which I don't think anyone pulled for, but you know, it's going to be a good bow. If you pull Skyward Harp, it's going to be a good bow for child. Do you need Skyward Harp per se? Not really. It's pretty decent. I mean, but like 4-star weapons on child are still pretty good because you have stuff such as Rust. You have the Blackcliff weapons as well. You have quite a lot, you know, you can do. So you don't need to pull for a Skyward Harp. But the Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds is also a good catalyst if you're planning on building some damage dealers. Well, so for example, like that catalyst would be really good on Klee. It would be really good on Ningguang. It's good on most catalyst users that use as damage dealers, so if you're planning on, like, in particular, saving for a Klee rerun, it might be worth picking that up. But, you know, again, you know, you don't need the 5-star weapons, they're just really nice to have. But, yeah, that's about it for the 5-star weapons. 4-star weapons wise, I can talk about them a lot easier because I have quite a few of them. So the Favonius weapon set, so on the banner we have the sword. The sword is really good for Xingqiu, Bennett, any sword support users that you'd like to have that need a lot of energy recharge. Having something like that is actually really useful to have on you because it basically increases their potential as a support. Of course, something like the Festering Desire is technically better, in particular for Bennett and Xingqiu, but if you don't have a Festering Desire, because you might not have played during the 1.2 update, Favonius Sword, great weapon to have. Same thing with the Favonius Lance. If you want to run Rosaria as a support, Favonius Lance is also a great option. It's also a good option for Zhongli as well, if you want to run Zhongli as a support on your team. And given that he's probably going to have a rerun at some point, because we're going through some old characters now, so Zhongli could come back at some point, and if you want a Favonius Lance from him as a support, you can always try it, because as well as that, we've got the Sacrificial Greatsword. The Sacrificial Greatsword is great for a character like Beidou, Xinyan, even Chongyun if you want to. They're great for the support Claymore users that you can use their abilities more than once. I say it's particularly great on Beidou and Xinyan because Beidou's got a decently long cooldown, about 7 seconds, but that means you can counter more than once, and Xinyan's shield has a really long cooldown. So, in general, it's a good weapon to have, you know, on your team. And of course, we have something like the Alley Hunter. Now, the Alley Hunter is the new bow that's coming out in this update, and the main thing about the Alley Hunter is that it's an attack percent bow, which is really useful for most of the bow users out there because it looks like it'll be a decent support weapon based off of what it's looking at. So at level 90, it's got 27% attack, which isn't that much, but it's got 565 base attack, which is really high for a 4-star weapon. And another thing as well is that the ability of this weapon is that a character's damage will increase by 2% every time they're not on the field. So if you put it on a official or a child, it's going to be a really good bow for child, because if you're running child as a sub damage dealer and he's going to be off the field while while his cooldown is up, he will be getting more attack the longer that he's off the field, and then when he comes back on, he'll have a higher attack, which means he'll do more damage, which is great if you just want to put him on, use his burst, leave. It's just a useful bow to have, and I don't know if I'll roll for it because I've never rolled on a weapon banner before, but I'd say it would probably be worth rolling for if you're interested in stuff like that. And the last but not least is the Favonius Codex. Favonius Codex, it's good on Lisa. That's all I can say. Like, it's good if you want to run a support catalyst user like Lisa. I mean, you could use it on Barbara, but Barbara's got better options. Sucrose, it's also good on. I mean, if you got a support catalyst and you need a support, weapon for them, Favonius Codex, it's also fine. But let me know down below, what are your thoughts on the weapon banner? Because I think overall, this is a good weapon banner. I don't know if I'll roll on it. I'm going to keep my streak of maybe not rolling on weapon banners ever until I have a lot of characters. But thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down below if you're going to roll on this banner or not. And take care, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow because I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow. And I'll definitely stream on Tuesday when the banner comes out. And we'll do a couple of pulls live. So yeah, see you guys later. Have fun.